All right, good afternoon. Actually, I think it's afternoon. Is it after 12? I'm not sure. I'm in the Eastern time zone. But if it's still morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, or good evening if you're watching the replay right before bed. So today, I want to talk about the similarities between physical fitness, working out, and real estate investing. If you have any questions about real estate investing, or if you want to get involved in a deal, hop on over to callseth.com and we can set up a quick 20 or 30-minute call and talk about your real estate goals and how real estate investing can work for you. So don't call me crazy. So I was at the gym this morning and it was leg day and I was doing a wall sit. So you know when you're sitting up against the wall and you're holding it for a couple minutes and your legs start shaking. About after halfway through, I was kind of bored looking around. My legs were on fire. So I started thinking about real estate investing and how going to the gym and working out and keeping yourself fit, they are very, very similar. So stay with me if you're not convinced yet, but I promise you by the end, I'm sure you'll start to see the similarities, or maybe it's just me and my brain turned to mush because I was in some pain. So that's what we're covering today, the similarities between real estate investing and working out. So real estate versus, I'll say, exercise. All right, so the first thing that came to mind was it's all about the reps and the frequency. So reps, frequency, and I'll explain what I mean. So you know when you go to the gym and maybe you're just starting out working out and you go for 3 days and you're expecting these amazing results, and then you go stand on the scale or you do the calipers to measure body fat and nothing has really changed and you're disappointed. Well, obviously that doesn't make sense. We all know it takes a lot longer than 3 days of physical exercise to see results, despite what those ads will tell you in the, transform your body in 2 days with this magic drink. We all know that's hocus pocus. Well, same thing with real estate investing. Lots of people, they start real estate investing, they might buy one property and they expect to have all these amazing results and be rich and live the wealthy lifestyle that they see all over Instagram. Well, we know that's not true either. You have to frequently do it. It's all about getting those little wins and being really consistent with it. So with weightlifting or with whatever you're doing, Pilates, it's all about the reps. So you have to consistently do it. You have to keep showing up every day in order to see the results down the road. And especially with going to the gym and real estate investing, you're putting in the pain now. So I always like to say, especially in real estate, that you do your heavy lifting up front. So you want to do all the hard stuff. You want to tackle all the big problems up front, so that way you're going downhill for the rest of the way. Same thing with real estate investing. So when you go to the gym, if you're doing leg day, you're going to be doing your heavy lifting first, and then you'll go on to some exercises, do your wall sits and all that stuff later on. If somebody else wants to give their physical fitness comments, by all means comment right down below, or you can just hop on a call with me at callseth.com and we can chat about whatever you want, as long as it somehow circles back to real estate investing. So reps and frequency, really important. Going to the gym, really important. Real estate investing, you have to stay committed and do those small wins to get to the big goal. So number 2, you should. So most people of all shapes and sizes know that they should be physically active. They should go to the gym. They should do all this stuff, but the majority of people don't, or they don't stay committed. They don't do the reps. They don't do the frequency, even though in their mind they are reasonable people and they know all the different benefits of doing so. They know that you're going to live longer, you're going to have a healthier lifestyle, less medical problems. For me, I'd like to stick around for a long time, and that's why I put in the work. Same thing with real estate investing. The book Rich Dad Poor Dad has been out for a very long time. There's other really solid books about personal finance and the impact investing in real estate has had on people's lives. The tax advantages, you get the cash flow, you have the equity growth, you have the capital preservation. Most people, if even if they don't have an expert, let's say if they don't have expert knowledge in the field of real estate investing, they at least know that it's good because they've read the books, they've seen the interviews with some very with thought leaders and all of that, but they don't do anything. And I get calls all the time. People will approach me and say, Seth, I would like to get involved in real estate investing, and I'll run into them 2-3 years later, despite all the advice, and they still haven't taken action. They still haven't bought a single property, and they're still thinking things over, changing their mind. You just have to do it. Same thing with going to the gym. You can sit there and think about all the different things you could be doing. Do I do kickboxing? Do I do weightlifting? Do I do yoga? Do I do do I do P90X? Big fan of Tony Horton. But they'll sit there and think about what they should be doing instead of just taking action and showing up somewhere and taking action and doing something. Same thing with real estate investing. I call it analysis paralysis. And you see lots of people do this. They'll read 50 books. They'll have all this knowledge. They'll go to all these conferences. They'll become conference junkies, but they haven't done a deal. They don't do anything with it. So they're just amassing information. Same thing with exercise. The funniest thing is when people start researching exercise, sitting on their butts, and they research for 3 months when it would have been way more effective to actually pick up some heavy stuff and put it down and start doing some action. So that's number 2 with how real estate investing and going to the gym are very similar. And if you are interested in investing in real estate, go to callseth.com and we'll have a quick chat. So number 3, injuries and pain. So anybody who does leg day will know that it can be quite painful for me. It's 2 days later. Going up the stairs is pretty excruciating. And that means, that shows you that you had a good day at the gym, especially with leg day. And injuries happen too. I've had my fair share of injuries, and the same thing happens in real estate. Lots of people, especially if you see those 2-minute ads promising easy riches, you're going to get rich following my strategy of whatever it is. That's simply not the case, and it's definitely not the case with going to the gym and working out. Injuries happen. Things happen, whether it's a real estate deal or if you're doing a deadlift. You always have to be paying attention to your form. You have to be using the right weight. Same thing with real estate investing. You have to be using the right strategy. You have to be doing the proper underwriting and due diligence. And it's only when you try and cut some corners. So maybe you're trying to rush through a set when you're lifting and you feel that tweak in your back. It's happened to me. Or maybe you're looking at a deal. You haven't done your due diligence, even though you know you should, and you try and cut some corners, and then you get stung, and that's where the pain comes in. So there is always pain. You just have to try and minimize it. And whenever injuries happen or a deal goes sour, you just have to mitigate the risk for next time and deal with it. Sometimes you're nursing your wounds for a bit, but you always have to get back on the horse. And you can't let an injury keep you out of the gym, and you can't let a bad deal keep you out of investing in real estate. And even with high ankle sprains now, before they used to say you put it up and don't do anything, and now they actually want you to start exercising and moving the joint a lot sooner. Same thing with real estate investing. Something goes bad, well, you can't change it. Just focus on the future and hop back on the horse and start investing again. So number 4 is commitment. And this is where lots of people will struggle. And there's a well-known real estate investor who says, I want to get rich for sure. I don't want to get rich quick. Or I think he says it the other way around. So I don't want to get rich quick. I want to get rich for sure. That applies 100% to going to the gym or real estate investing. So going to the gym, you have to show up every day, and you're not going to get buff or slim or whatever you're going there for quick right away. It just doesn't happen. We know it takes time, it takes commitment, and it's about the consistency of it and showing up every day that will give you those long-term results. Same thing with real estate investing. real estate investing is a long-term play. You can't show up for 3 months, do one deal, and expect to reap all the rewards. You can't show up for a year. Real estate investing, like I always talk about, having your goals and working backwards. So you want to figure out the goal, the end result, the end game you're striving for, and then work backwards from there to figure out the strategy, the types of assets that fit best, because are so many different classes of real estate, so many different niches, ways to do things. So you really have to marry what your goals are, what you're looking to accomplish, and the types of assets in real estate that will help you get there. And that's one of the very first questions I ask potential investors when I'm sitting down having a chat with them is, tell me where you want to be in 10 years, and then we'll work backwards to even decide if the types of deals I'm doing is a good fit for them. And if you want to have that conversation, just go on over to callseth.com and we can have a quick chat. So I came up with these 4 things. I think it made sense. My brain might have gone to mush in between those sets. But my legs were shaking at that point, so I was trying to I was trying to focus on something other than my legs, just being in agony. So reps frequency, I think that definitely applies to both real estate investing, going to the gym. It's all about showing up. It's all about doing it frequently. You can't just do one heavy set, then expect to have some crazy growth. You have to keep doing it all the time. You should, but most don't. That's kind of self-explanatory. Everybody knows that they should be physically active. Everybody knows they should be accumulating assets, but the majority of people do not. Injuries and pain, it comes with the territory. And if you're not feeling the pain, there's probably not any growth. It's kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Didn't he say that he only started counting reps once it started to burn? Something like that. And, if you're not expanding your boundaries, if you're not trying something new, if not pushing yourself, you're not going to be feeling uncomfortable. And if you're feeling too comfy, chances are you're not pushing your boundaries and growing. And then commitment, you got to commit 100%. You have to focus and say, hey, this is something I really want to do. I know all the benefits. I know it's going to be tough, but I'm going to stick with it all the way through. Too many people give up. On my podcast, I speak with lots of successful real estate investors. It's called Purchase to Profits. You can find it on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, anywhere you can find a podcast. Check it out. I have some really interesting conversations with real estate investors, but they see all sorts of people give up way too soon. They might encounter adversity and it turns them off instead of just powering through it. And I've come to realize that the most successful investors, they've all encountered their rock bottom, they've all encountered that brick wall, and they found a way to power through it. And that's when they really grew and really expanded, not only as a person, but their real estate business as well. So I hope this was kind of fun, a little bit interesting, and this kind of expanded your mind a little bit. And now you can see the similarities, or at least I hope you can, between lifting, going to the gym, and real estate investing. If you do have any questions or want to chat, go to callseth.com. Happy to hop on a Zoom call so we can chat face to face. But in the meantime, have a great workout tomorrow, and happy real estate investing. Talk to you tomorrow.